meaning it is an integration of markets specifically among regions. Okay? Not worldwide, but it just includes specific regions. So, regional market integration can involve harmonization of standards. So, it is the linings of regulations, quality standards, and practices across markets to facilitate trades. This or the regional market integration can also include removal of trade barriers, which talks about reducing tariffs and quotas between specific countries or regions to allow for free movement of goods and services. So, this regional market integration involves reducing tariffs, of course. Next is the increased competition. As markets integrate, businesses face more competition, which can lead to efficiency gains and better prices for consumers. So there will be competitions, but these competitions will help everyone to have positive gains. And next is common currency. In some cases, market integration can involve adopting a common currency. Example given is the euro in the European Union to simplify transactions. So and here it's the European Union being mentioned. It is an example of regional market integration. So, we have the most common types of regional market integration according to WTO. First is the custom union. One of the well-known examples of a custom union is the European Union or EU. So, it is already mentioned earlier that European Union is an example of regional market integration. So, this EU is an example of custom union, which has achieved the four freedoms of movement of goods, services, people, and money in 1993. It is currently comprised of 27 states such as Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria, and many more, where all the members of the Union can trade with each other tariff-free, exchange services, and its citizens move freely from one member territory to another. So, what is custom unions? So, in custom unions, all members agree to charge the same tariffs on imports from outside the group. In custom union, countries have deals or fair deals, like for example when they decided to trade with each other tariff free, they can do that. And next is the common market or economic community. So according to the WTO, in principle there are no real life examples of a common market or economic community yet. However, there are current regional integrations that aspire to develop in becoming one, like the ASEAN or the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, which has termed their international economic integration as the ASEAN Economic Community or AEC. So ASEAN is also an example of regional market integration, and it belongs to the common market or economic community type of market integration. Okay, so what is common market or economic community? So, just like custom unions, in common market, people, services, and capital or money can move freely between countries. So, a simple idea about common market is that when a country said that not only goods but people and money can also move freely. So, in common market, people and money can move freely between countries. And lastly is the economic union or monetary and political union. This type of market integration is possible but challenging, as we have to also factor in the differences of each state's development, economic status, language, education system, and leaders' political will. Hence, at the moment, we cannot cite any real example for this. So, in economic union, countries coordinate their economic policies like taxes, rules, etc. Sometimes sure or sometimes use a shared currency. So that's how economic union works. So an example or a simple idea for the economic union is when a country said we act like one economy with shared rules and maybe even with the same money. So, it is an integration where countries act like one economy and shared stuffs like rules and even the same money. Okay, let's move on now to the benefits of regional market integration. So, regional market integration offers significant economic benefits, including increased trade, larger markets, and improved efficiency through reduced barriers and economies of scale. So, through regional market integrations, people in specific regions can gain benefits. It fosters economic growth, attracts investment, and enables countries to specialize and compete more effectively on the global stage. So, meaning, regional market integrations foster the growth of one economy where they can attract investments, which can enable countries to specialize and compete more effectively on the global stage. Beyond economics, integration can lead to greater political stability, peace, and cooperation, while also improving living standards, access to education, and the provision of shared public goods and infrastructure. So that's our the benefits of regional market integration. Now we have the challenges in regional market integration. Challenges in market integration include uneven distribution of benefits and cost, leading to potential losses for some members. So, when the regional market integration is not being handled properly, this can lead to challenges like this one, where they can have uneven distribution of benefits and cost, which could lead to losses for some members or the people in specific regions. So another challenges is differences in national preferences and priorities, regulatory and institutional barriers. So as we know, in market or in regional market integration, meaning there is a combination from differences or diverse regions, meaning so it is not impossible to encounter differences, especially in national preferences. So that can be a challenge in regional market integration. Another challenge is the potential for loss of sovereignty, negative effects like trade diversion. So, as already being said, integration is the combination of differences or diversity. For this challenge, it is not impossible to have loss of sovereignty where one countries can lose or for example or let's say their originality because they tend to deal with diverse regions, so they can be influenced by those differences which could lead them to losing their own potential. So and another challenge in regional market integration is the difficulties in coordinating policies and infrastructure development. So in integration, it requires unity. So when unity is not being applied, it can lead to having difficulties in coordination regarding policies and infrastructure development and etc. So let's have now the global market integration. Global market integration, on the other hand, refers the process by which countries and economies become interconnected through trade, investment, technology, and cultural exchange. So, global market integration means that countries around the world, around the world are becoming more connected through trade, finance, investment, and communication. So, meaning or in a simple definition, global market integration is when goods, services, money, and information can move easily across countries, making the world's markets act more like one big market. So, the this global market integration is different from regional market integration because global market integration happens worldwide. It it's not just among specific or across specific regions but worldwide. Okay? So global market integration can include trade liberalization, which is about the reduction of tariffs and trade barriers